how's it going, guys? Thanks again for all the support on the previous video. I had a lot of questions and some great feedback, and I want to answer those questions. I want to answer as many as I can, so I'll be putting together some video segments for for everyone to view at least once a month. So we'll get started on the first one. This one came from a lot of 18 to 22-year-olds, people that are going to be starting their business for the first time. And to be completely honest, this was a situation that I was in as well, and it pretty much comes down to how exactly do you start? Like, what are the steps to actually getting started? In the previous video I showed you guys how to get pretty much set up the business, but now it's well, if you're not at that level yet, then how do you really get into it? So this one is going to be about managing your personal life and how that can align with your business goals and objectives. So the first part of it, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of tips, and the second part, I'm going to give you guys the resources that you can use to make your life easier when starting a business in this 2015-2016 year. So the number one lesson that I learned when I was about 18 or 20 years old was that we have 168 hours in a given week. Right? Everybody has that. Everybody has it available to utilize however you want to. And how you use that is completely up to you. Let's say on average you sleep 40 hours in a week. Right? So now you're down to a total of about 128 hours that you can use towards your school, work, play, family, right? So let's say you have a job now. Now you're bringing that down to maybe about 88 hours or so a week that you have to give towards something like starting a business or learning more about how to start a business or running a business, right? So the lesson here is for you to completely organize your life. I mean, I'm talking about down to the hours to really maximize the amount of time that you have. And so you hold yourself accountable for completing something within a deadline, all right? Because it's one thing that you hear about all of the time is that, people are too busy to do something, or they're not really sure how they can make time for it. Everybody can make time for it, I promise you. Just make sure you outline that and you get that going to hold yourself to that standard, right? So that's the first thing. The other thing is, while you're planning those hours, dedicate at least one time a week, whether it's on the weekend, whether it's at the beginning of the week, for you to map out what it is that you're going to do for that given, those given dates, right? So me personally, I do it on a Saturday night or on a Sunday afternoon, and I'll sit down on my computer, go onto the calendar, and just start, making sure that I'm coordinating the dates that were in emails, the times that people wanted to meet. That way I could give everybody the attention that they deserve. Because the last thing you want is to be that person that's always completely busy and doesn't have the time to meet with anybody. Because now it just, there's one thing about being busy and there's another thing about just rushing, right? So just make sure you map that out at the beginning of the week so you stay with the game plan and you're able to accomplish what it is that you want to do. So now you may be wondering, well, how does this help me to start a business? Well, personal organization is the number one thing that you're going to need in order to operate your business. Especially being, a younger entrepreneur, whether you're 18, whether you're 35. I mean, everybody needs to have their timeline, everything mapped out. I mean, you have to plan for it, because without a plan, it's simply a dream, right? So the second part of this video, I promised you guys I was going to tell you, is what tools you can use to organize your business life. So for your personal life, I would recommend the Google Calendars. For anybody that doesn't have Gmail or hasn't used it, I highly recommend you check it out. Google has put together these really good spreadsheets, these really good tools that you can use for your personal and for your business life. So the number one tool that I recommend for calendaring and for scheduling is the Google Calendar. Hands down, the best tool out there. And you can use that for your business. So you can have your business appointments, your personal appointments, and you could share those appointments, and you could, ask somebody to join you for a meeting, and it's just really intricate. And it's the easiest thing that you can use. Hop on there. I'm sure you have a Gmail account. Just start getting used to it and use that calendar. They also provide a Google Drive, which is one of the, the coolest features on there, is that you're able to collaborate on documents over the cloud. So you can work on it on a cell phone while you're at the doctor's office or while you're waiting for a ride, and you can then go back home and continue working on it like you never left, right? So there is no reason why there's wasted time when you have nothing else to do, right? And then another tool that's actually very useful for a business, especially a startup one, and anybody that actually has a small team, is the tool called Podio, and that's Podio, and it's down below. So Podio is pretty much a project management tool. That thing pretty much allows you to organize everything that you need within the business, launch projects, deliverables, tasks, have your own personal media contacts, bloggers, everybody in one workspace, right? So this is taking essentially Microsoft Project, which is a robust, it's a huge system, right? And I try to learn it, and I try to teach my partners, and it's completely useless. So Podio is that next tool that really allows you to organize your entire business plan and your objectives, and hold people accountable for making sure that they come through, right? So I definitely recommend that you start looking into those tools, especially if you already have something going, just to keep the workspace organized, making sure that everybody's held accountable for what they're doing. And another tool that's really helpful, really useful, and I've been using it for the past 6 years now, is Evernote. And that's pretty much a note-taking app that you can put on a phone, and you can sync it to the web, you can put it on your computer, and just anytime that you're out there, you know, you just, whether it is that you're going for a run, or you're going, you know, just running a daily routine, and you run into something, you can organize your thoughts that you get at that moment so you don't lose that moment, and maybe that inspires you for launching something else in the future. So those are some of the most helpful tools and tips that I could provide in a short video. If I didn't answer your questions, or if you have additional ones, just make sure to comment down below, hit the subscribe button, follow me on Instagram, and just let's stay in touch, let's keep doing it, and I hope you guys have a great week.